Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Another massive Russian drone attack on Ukraine. That's one of the topics. The other one, we're going to analyze the Great War of the West against Russia after 1,000 days. So today, it seems like we mark 1,000 days since the big banks, international banking system, the military-industrial complex of some countries, Western countries, and the energy industries are making big bucks due to the unprovoked and unjustifiable war of aggression of Russia against Ukraine. Then we're going to have India. India surpasses United States of America in inventivity. Well, they built something we don't have. I'm talking about hypersonic missiles. All right, next one. Remember, these guys are telling us that the operatives, media operatives, tell us continuously that there are North Koreans helping the Russians fight the Ukrainians, therefore our values in Ukraine. But on the other hand, there's 50,000 Ukrainians trained by United Kingdom to be ready to go and defend their country. Emil, that's not the same thing. So this bullet is different than this bullet? Just because this is, I know, Remington and the other one is, I don't know what, Winchester? Well, if you think so, then you know what I mean. And then we have a US Senate to vote on blocking American arms sales to Israel. Do you think they will pass? I guarantee you not. And how about the military aid, $3 billion a year? How about that one? No, we're just selling, what, a little pew, 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 pew. That's not going to pass. The other one, the imbecile or the infantile, better put, Annalena Baerbock, which I think crosses into being a threatens China. Deutschland über niemals threatens China? You guys are under occupation. You have no place to threaten anybody or even to warn. And the last topic here is Netanyahu, that good guy, confirms that Israel struck nuclear sites of Iran in the latest retaliatory strikes, self-defense strikes. So these are the topics for today, for this video, not today, this video. So let's start with the first one, Ukr War. Ukrainian forces shoot down 51 Russian UAVs overnight. This is the 19th of November 2024, Tuesday. So Ukrainian forces shot down 51 out of how many? Out of 87 UAVs and unidentified drones launched from areas of Kursk, Orel, and temporarily occupied Crimea. All right, we find out they attacked Cherkasy, Chernihiv, Kiev, Poltava, Zhytomyr, Sumy, Mykolaiv, Zaporozhye, and Kharkiv regions. These regions are mostly in the east of Ukraine. So this area, as long as this baboon is cooperating. So this area right here, not going to the Polish side or Romanian side or Hungarian side. No, just in this area, not just, but you know what I mean. All right, so let's see what else. As many as 30 enemy UAVs disappeared from radars in different regions across Ukraine. One drone remains in the airspace of Ukraine and combat operations continue. So that is 51 plus 30 is what? 80? So 81 drones out of 86, if I remember correctly, were downed. 87. There you go. And one is also there. So 82 out of 87. So we got 5 drones. I don't know where they are, supposedly. All right, next one. Ukrainska Pravda. Ukrainian Defense Forces shoot down 51 drones, Russian drones. Now, just for you and I, this guy is too clean. Look at this. It's clean. But anyway, that's just an observation. And they give you the same information, 87, they tell you the 30 enemy disappeared, where they were launched from, and so on. So, next one. Western countries, the European and NATO expressed support for Ukraine on 1,000 days of great war. Now, when someone tells you, man, you're great, what does it mean? You're fantastic. So, should I put that in this title? So, of fantastic war? Why not big or terrible war? Great war, yes. You know why it's for them like that? They label it like that? Because for the 3 big pillars of belief, we're not talking about Islam here with the 4th one, we're talking about banking system, arms manufacturing companies, and energy sector or industries, these three consider that a great war. It's just a coincidence. It just happened. They didn't pull any strings, nothing. They didn't put or help anybody to get in power through elections. And no, it's just a coincidence. Like it happens to you. You hit a jackpot every 3 years. You get multimillionaire, right? Or billionaire. Like these guys. All right, so we know clearly who are the offenders or the defenders of truth and love and justice. The Western countries, EU and NATO. That is Al Capone's plantation. As I said many times before, that's about, on a global scale, about 40 countries. Western countries, some of them, European Union, NATO. Of course, you got Australia, New Zealand, South Korea, and Japan. You got Palau and what's the other one? Paraguay. That's about it. And Argentina now with Milei. So they're celebrating the Great War. And who are these guys? I told you, 1,000 days of a great war. All right, let's move to the next article and find out how we are embarrassed. I would say we, the Americans. India successfully tests first long-range hypersonic missile with 930 plus mile range. That is about 1,600 kilometers. Congratulations, India. Congratulations. Because we don't have that, do we? All right, next one. Remember, there are North Koreans over there fighting for the Russians. There you have it. UK trains 50,000 Ukrainian soldiers under Operation Interflex. I don't think that these are Ukrainians. Just me. Just me. Moi. Je. Just me. I think those are British forces, NATO forces, that when they will be deployed to Ukraine as Ukrainian soldiers or volunteers, there will be NATO units with their commanders, take their uniforms off, put their, I was about to say something, volunteer uniforms on, and they will be Ukrainians or volunteers. And I forgot about the picture. And then they put that picture right here when the Russians are going to boop them. Oh, it's a volunteer because right there. Okay, my friends. And they talk about North Korea. Well, North Korea has a treaty with Russia. Do you have a treaty with Ukraine? Have you been having, make it continuous, have you been having a treaty with Ukraine since February 24, 2022? No, you didn't. And you send over their weapons, right? Like tanks, long-range missile systems, intelligence, airplanes. So you want me to, the North Koreans are over there. You've been doing this for 3 years. And you can compare that help of billions, hundreds, more than $200 billion. And peace. That kind of peace. And you want me to cry for 11,000 North Koreans? I think this thing should have not have started. But hey, since those three pillars wanted to start it, what can you do? Now, let's see how these guys are thinking that we are baboons. Because they think we are baboons. But they don't say this, or they don't make this kind of moves for people like you and I, who we know we're different. We are different. We are different. Different in a good way, because you can be different and not in a good way. So these guys make us think that, the Senate is looking for the American interest. After more than a year, U.S. Senate to vote on blocking American arms sales, not aid, sales. So the free thing still goes to Israel. And look who's going to sponsor this. It's not going to pass. It's not going to pass. Don't worry. So the vote will come as Gaza war, which has already killed more than 43,922 Palestinians, allegedly, right, shows no signs of abating. Maybe that's why the war is about to end. That's why these guys are going to stop the sales, arms sales. The U.S. Senate is set to decide on November 20th 3 resolutions providing for congressional disapproval of the proposed sales to Israel of certain American defense articles and services. Services like what? Intelligence? The joint resolutions of disapproval were filed by independent Senator Bernie Sanders. That's a communist, but nevertheless, you can be a communist and sometimes come with the good ideas. Amid reports that Israel is obstructing aid shipments for Palestinians in Gaza. All right, reports that is obstructing. That means they don't allow aid to come to the Palestinians in Gaza. I think that's a definition for that kind of action. Do you remember the definition? Now, all right, my friends, this is now? I think they've been doing the first day after the October 7th, when they turned off the electricity, water, and others in Gaza. No? Who can do this to you? Someone in charge of you. And Gaza is independent. Oh, okay. So the document stipulates blocking the sales of 120 millimeter mortar rounds, joint direct attack munitions, F-15 fighter jets, and tank rounds to the Jewish state. Jewish state, not Romanian state or French state. Jewish state. And what about the F-16s? They can still send them. What about F-35s? No, they're going to do the F-15s. They will not send them. And tank rounds to the Jewish state. All right, Crimea River, that will not pass, that's for sure. It's just for show for that. So what about the aid, which is free of charge? Next one, and we're going to find out how this infantile Annalena Baerbock continues. Look, it's very important, this piece of nothing. She doesn't know shit. But she has power. Or not power, she's in the position where she potentially can destroy your lives. My Deutsche Volk, and not only. So Germany issues threats to China. Can you imagine that, man? An occupied country, Germany, issues threat to the great country of China. Germany is under political, military, economic, and cultural occupation. And they issue threats to China? Fuck off. Let's move on. The German foreign minister, Baboon, has warned Beijing of consequences for allegedly supporting Moscow. Excuse me? Oh, you're good? All right. So that tells me that my bullet is good in self-defense, isn't it? Because we help democracy, freedom, and the Ukrainians. Give me a break. I know the Russians invaded unprovoked and unjustifiable Ukraine because they're just bad over there, just evil, you know? And we had to, in self-defense, like Israel, just react. And, oh my God. And that gets me... Actually, read the first paragraph on this little baboonish Annalena. German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock has threatened Beijing with sanctions with what the fuck? You're a failing economy. Industry flies to the United States of America after these guys made you impose sanctions on yourselves. God damn it. During a meeting in Brussels with top US diplomats, they had gathered to discuss recent EU intelligence alleging that China is providing military support to Russia amid the Ukraine conflict. So you fight Russia and you're a pack of cowards because, you know, courage is not running in packs, it's individual. So this garbage was sent by the cat is bringing a toy. I can hear it. Tick, 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 tick. It's going to show up. Where are you, meow, meow? There you go. Bring it here. Hi, meow, meow. Asha, you want to play? God. Okay. So, this pack of courageous countries fight Russia, right? And now Russia has many more help from North Korea and China. Oy vey. We can't do that. No. That's unacceptable. All right, let's go to the last article coming from Fox News. Netanyahu confirms Israel's strike against Iran hit nuke program during October. Retaliatory strikes. You got it? In self-defense, retaliatory. Always those words. And the Jewish state. Always like that. But you're not going to use the Paraguayan state or the Romanian state. No, it's only the Jewish. But hey, that's an inclusive, diverse society in Israel. Not an, how do you say in Yiddish, no? Tzuku? Not a, no, tzuku. Just kidding. Not. Anyway, my friends, here it is. Great news, huh? Great news. Annalena Baerbock threatens China. And Netanyahu said, yeah, we attacked the Iran's nuke program. I wonder when this guy's going to attack not in retaliatory, but in offensive, aggressive way, the Israelis nuke program. They don't have one, you say? Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong. What up, meow meow? Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.